Hello. Hello, I am Jammin' Joe. Today, I'm just going to go over a little bit about what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of weeks. This is mainly for family and friends, so if you run across this video on accident, don't worry about it. I'm just doing this for family and friends to explain the challenge I'm presenting that I talked about a couple of days ago or last week, I think it was. And some of my family and friends don't know anything about this game, and I'm also going to explain my challenge on top of it. So, start off, why am I even doing this? Well, I've played Minecraft off and on for several years, but the last 3 to 4 years I've been playing it quite a lot. But I have never actually beaten the game, or beaten the Ender Dragon, or done really anything in it, because I always get bored and quit my world and then start a new world. Well, I've kind of gotten bored of the game, so I want to take and just finally beat the End Dragon by myself, beat the Wither by myself, and and do at least one other challenge, part of this challenge. The challenge is called Mortal Steve because in the game you're essentially a god, but I want to take and put restrictions on myself to make the game a bit more interesting, so I won't be so bored. Well, for my family and friends and anybody who runs across this video who don't really know Minecraft a little bit, I'm just going to go a brief summary. Right now I'm in creative mode. Uh, I guess that's a stupid. Anyway, this game is considered a sandbox game, meaning you don't have a lot of restrictions. I am currently in creative mode, so I can do literally anything I want. I could spawn in blocks, I could break blocks instantly, and so forth. I can also um, fly around, basically have admin privileges in the game. Now, the gameplay the game rules I'm gonna be playing by, and this little challenge I made for myself is a little bit different. One of the big rules or restrictions that I'm gonna do is I won't be able to break just any block by hand. More specifically, I won't be able to break any block. Uh, I cannot break any block that I can't break instantly by hand. So like this grass, this flower, I can break by one time clicking on it. It will instantly break and I can pick an item up if it drops. This tree over here, I cannot do that. I cannot break it. I cannot do anything. I have to have a tool for this thing to break, but I don't have to have a tool for this. This is just to make it a little more interesting. I yeah, yeah. Next off is I cannot craft any tools, weapons, or armor with the exception of these six. I can craft these six on my own, but I can't. But any other tools or armor, I have to buy from the villagers um, and trade with them. So in this gameplay, villagers will be very important. Next of all, no enchantments. I will not be allowed to enchant my own gear. Now I can use enchanting books and I can use already pre-enchanted stuff, and I will be allowed to disenchant things, but I won't be allowed to enchant my own gear. I personally like enchanting, so this is kind of a restriction for me to make it interesting. Um, Another thing is I'm not allowed to use F3. F3 allows you to get coordinates, the XYZ coordinates, so you can find yourself back to, like, say you found your village, you're set up a nice place. You can write down your coordinates, and then you can always find your way back home. Well, in this case, I cannot do that. I have to either use maps or remember where I went and how to get back. Uh, oh yeah, on the tools things, I want to kind of bring up all tools. It includes maps and buckets because you can actually buy both of those from a villager. You can buy buckets from the fisherman, and you can buy maps from the cartographer. The only reason why the flint and steel is the exception is, from my knowledge, you cannot buy those from any villager. Uh, Let me switch it back. Alrighty. So, also the game mode. It has to be on. It's survival. I'm playing on creative just to kind of explain the rules. But the game mode has to be in create survival. Uh, Difficulty really doesn't matter. I'm gonna play on hard because that's my preferred difficulty. But it really doesn't matter. Also, I can use any exploit in the game. Uh, there's no restriction on exploits. So, like bug pistons. Uh, there's an exploit that got removed recently about killing the wither, but that's not necessary. But if there's any exploits I know about and I can use it to my advantage, I will be allowed to use them. I don't know if you'll ever actually see it, but so the end goal, like to say that this game is complete or to be done with, is the first thing well, not very first, but one of the things I gotta do is defeat the Ender Dragon, which is this dude right here. He's one of the bosses in the game. There's 3 bosses in total, but only 2 of them in this challenge I'm required to kill to actually beat the game. The Ender Dragon, this dude, is one of them, and he's in his own domain. I'm gonna have to die. Alright. The second one is the Wither. Okay, let's change this back to... I have option. The next one is the Wither, but specifically I have to beat the Wither inside the Nether. So this is the Nether, and this is the Wither. I already pre-spawned them. This is Bedrock. You actually cannot do anything with this end game without glitches. But it's a glitch that I've never performed, nor do I care to. But this is a Wither, and in the challenge, I'm have to beat them at least one time in the Nether to make it a little bit interesting, because the Nether is a very dangerous place. So there's that. And the last thing I must do to consider the game complete is find an ocean monument like this one you see here and actually steal the gold that's inside. Now this one's going to be a unique one because to make it interesting, I am not allowed to kill any of the guardians or any guardians or elder guardians. I actually have to come through here and find the gold. I've already found it, so I pre-marked it. But come in here and steal the gold from them. Once I do that, I can come back and kill everything if I want. But the first time I find an ocean monument, I have to come in and steal these blocks of gold. I can't kill anything until then. The main purpose of that is the Elder Guardian will give you a negative effect called mining fatigue, which makes mining blocks harder. And I thought it would be even more interesting if you can't kill the Guardians, because, well, they're here to guard everything. So I thought that would be a very interesting to make the game a bit more challenging. Now, once I steal the gold, I can come back and kill everything and grab the sponges. But that's the main goal. To kind of elaborate a little bit more on, like, never mind, I'm not gonna say it. But that's kind of the overview. More of it will be explained as I actually play the game. I kind of hope, like, I've never done video editing. This one, video editing or anything like this before, like actual making videos and video editing. This particular video won't be edited, and it's not really scripted. Like, none of this is going to be scripted. Only thing, but I am following kind of a checklist on this particular one to make sure I hit up all the key points. But once I start the challenge, I won't be following a script, and it'll give me a chance to learn a new skill. And maybe it'll be a nice, fun hobby. But I didn't want to... But I think once I beat this challenge, I'm not going to play the game for a while. There's other games I want to play. And like I said earlier, I kind of got bored of this game. I've been playing it for quite some time, and the only reason why only reason why I'm even doing this challenge is I want to beat the game, or beat these. Technically, you don't beat the game. You have just 3 bosses, and that's why I'm going to consider my win is by defeating those 2 of the 3 bosses and stealing the gold from the 3rd one. And after that, I'm probably going to be done with this series. If you're somebody like this is for my family and friends. If you're somebody who just runs across this on YouTube by random chance, uh, you know, thank you for watching my video, but don't worry about. I'm not going to ask for subscriptions or things because this may be if this even series gets finished. I may not even do any more videos. I have some recorded videos of other video games, but I don't know if I'll ever post them. So that's it. I hope I hope this brief explanation of what I'm doing is not helps out a little bit to my family and friends who don't know anything about this game. And I'm gonna be I don't know how often I'm gonna post. I don't even know if I'm gonna finish the series. But my goal is I only have about a month and a week to a month and a half before my next semester, my last semester. So my goal is to have it beaten before then. It's it's a loose goal. I should be able to beat it much earlier than that, but my goal is to beat that. And as I play, I'll explain more things in detail. But for now, that's all I got. Thanks for watching and have a good day.